Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. This is a Mariah SX18, 18-foot Bowrider powered by a Mercruiser 3-litre, 135 horsepower Alpha 1 stern drive. This boat can be bought with complete peace of mind because it's a stock boat of ours, so it's been through our workshop. We've gone through everything in fine detail. Everything's working perfectly on it. It's been fully serviced up to date, and it's ready to go with a 3-month in-house mechanical warranty, starting whenever you launch the boat, probably next season now in 2025. So fabulous 18-foot Bowrider, great starter boat. It'll carry up to 7 passengers plus gear, being sold complete with a UK spec road trailer, good set of covers, and there's only 112 hours on the clock as well, so it's been very lightly used. We're going to take a walk around the boat now. We're going to show you the condition that it's in, show you all the features inside it, and hopefully help you to figure out whether this might be the right boat for you. So it's getting harder and harder for us to find boats like this that we're prepared to put in the stock, because there's a lot of rubbish available, unfortunately, in the starter boat market, particularly at this price point, you know, sub 12 grand. There's lots of horror stories out there, boats that haven't been maintained properly, that have been left to go to wreck and ruin, that aren't serviced, that people don't have records for, etc., etc. But this is not those boats. This is an outlier. This is a stock boat of ours. We have gone through it from front to back. Everything's perfect on it. The little boat has done virtually nothing from new, with only 112 hours on the clock, but we've gone through the engine and drive, fully serviced it, bellows, done all the major service items that we've taken care of, and we're confident that this boat's going to give you zero trouble for the next few years. So this boat looks the part with its red gel color stripe, red and sort of tan interior as well. Looks different, stands out from the crowd, from the usual blue and black boats, you know. It has never been kept in the water, so the hull bottom has never been anti-fouled, so it's the original gel coat finish on the bottom of the boat, all in fantastic condition. Nice shine to it, literally never kept in the water, which is great. The hull and deck are in great condition. You've got this stainless steel rub rail all the way around it. We've got a little anchor light up here, a little anchor locker, carpeted anchor locker in there, stainless steel cleats, fore and aft. The red color band is actually an in-gel color stripe, so it's not a sticker. So this is in the gel, which again, these Mariahs were actually really well built. They were a high-end boat whenever they were new, and they were well put together, so that in-gel color stripe looks the part. We've got fender eyelets on here as well, so you can hang fenders easily off the eyelets and your cleat. Windscreen surround is in great condition, aluminium screen. There's no corrosion or anything on it. All looks the part. Again, this is like a low hours stainless steel cup holder, stuff up there as well. A low hours boat that wasn't kept in the water, so you know it really does look the part. Externally is fantastic. You get the Mariah badge here and shield, all in perfect condition, coming all the way down to the stern corner. Rub rail, one tiny little mark on it, in it there, but this, for an 08 boat, this is as clean as they get. So taking a look at the nose of the boat, no trailer damage or anything down around the bow eye. It's all in good condition. And one tiny little mark here at the very bow, but super minor on the rub rail. And then taking a look down the starboard side, also in immaculate condition, no damage. Rub rail's in good shape, hull immaculate. The red color band looks the part. You get your forward cleat up here, little recessed horn in there, fender eyelets on this side as well. Windscreen surround on this side is also in great condition, no corrosion or anything. SX18 badge, you've got your Mariah badge and shield here as well. Stern cleat, fuel tank vent, fuel filler cap, socket for your anchor light, and a VHF antenna. There's a VHF radio on this boat as well. Stern corner on this starboard side is unmarked as well, so really smart looking boat. The SX18 is 18 foot long exactly, and it's 7 foot 9 inches wide, so just under 8 foot beam. It actually kind of looks wider than that, but that is what the specs say. So it's quite a broad boat. It's an 18 footer, so she's that bit bigger than most of your other entry level boats. You know, Bayliner 175s and Maxim 1750s and things. This is that wee bit bigger, so the benefit of that is it's a bit broader, so going to be a bit more stable in the water. You also have a higher gunnel. You know, if you think the water line in this boat's down here, it's around about here actually. So there's lots of boat above the water, so you're sitting up nice and high. The bow's quite high as well, so if you've got small kids sitting in the bow area, they're not going to feel like they're perched on top of the boat. They're going to feel like they're sitting down safely inside it. It's also got an 18-degree dead rise at the transom, so it's a proper deep V hull, so it'll cut through choppier water. So if you're using it around the coast, it'll handle sort of coastal chop or out on bigger lakes as well. It has the integrated factory swim platform here. There's a little bit of storage in there, strap and stuff like that. There's the bung, handy wee cubby hole for the bung. So that's like, you could use that as an ice box or a bait well or something if you were going fishing or whatever. We've got our engine room vents, chrome engine room vents. We've got our stainless steel ski tow and eye, Mariah badge there. There's a trim switch over on the port side, so you can trim the drive up and down without having to climb into it. So that's the sort of factory swim platform. Rub rail continues all the way around. You get this nice logoed trim piece at the center line. It's all totally original as well. And then we've added on this swim platform this at the start of this season. A bit more about that in a wee minute, but that is an addition. It's an extended teak swim platform, so real teak, stainless steel frame. It's got a folding 3-step stainless steel boarding ladder as well, all nicely reinforced, and it doesn't interfere with the stern drive. Stern drives can come up and down and swing left and right, but that's just like an extended swim platform. So if you're swimming off the back of the boat, going to keep kids and things out away from the drive if they're jumping in. If you're using the boat for water sports, it's fantastic. It means you can kind of sit here or even sit up on the sun pad cushion, put on your skis and wakeboards, and you get a lot more room for getting in and out of the back of the boat. And I actually think it suits it quite well. Looks nice and clean and tidy with that stainless steel frame and the teak slats. Yeah, it just extends the overall length by a couple of feet and just makes the transom a lot more usable. So yeah, that's just an addition that was done this season. Just quickly to note as well, the original swim ladder is still in position here. So if you ever did want to revert to the original setup, you can still do that as well. We didn't leave it that it was irreversible, you know. You get your D-rings here for trailer straps on the back. And while we're down here, let's take a look at the stern drive. So this boat is powered by a Mercruiser 3-litre, 135 horsepower engine with only 112 hours on the clock, and it's matched up to this Alpha 1 stern drive, and it is in immaculate condition. We have gone through this boat with a fine-tooth comb, and we're standing over it with our own in-house 3-month warranty, so you can buy it with complete peace of mind, and we'll kick that off whenever the boat's launched, you know, probably at the start of the 2025 season now. But part of our service and maintenance process that we go through is we change the bellows, so brand new set of bellows on here. Gimbal bearing was replaced. The stern drive was checked out. I mean, it's super low hours anyway, but we just go through and do a full complete maintenance on it. So bellows and gimbal bearing, that's like a 5-year maintenance service or maintenance interval on it. So you don't need to worry about that for another, 5 years. But the drive is super tight. Everything's perfect. Trim ram seals are all perfect. Anodes are all in great condition. Trim hoses, you name it, this thing is in great shape and running perfectly. It's fitted with a 4-blade Spitfire propeller as well. So this was put on at the start of the season. It is a, what pitch is this? 19, I think. Yeah, 19 pitch. So 4-blade 19. If you've ever had a 3-litre, most of these come from the factory with a 3-blade 21 pitch prop. The 4-blade 19 makes a world of difference to performance and getting the thing on plane quicker, keeping it on plane down the slower speed. So if you are looking to use the boat for water sports, that is the prop to put on it. You lose a little bit of top end speed, but I mean, you'll still do 35, almost 40 miles an hour. But the acceleration is fantastic, especially because this boat's rated to carry seven people. So if you've got a full load on board, that smaller pitch prop really gets the thing up on plane quickly. There's a wee bit of paint flaking off the tips of the blades, but the blades themselves are in perfect condition. So that's going with it. And this has a stainless steel skeg guard on there as well, so just protects the bottom of the skeg if you are putting the boat up on a beach or something. So fantastic condition below the waterline. Hull is obviously not anti-fouled, as new condition. Stepping on board then, we have fairly traditional layout, sports seating layout, they called it at the time. So you got the rear bench seat that'll accommodate probably up to 4 people. Forward bucket style seats for the helmsman and passenger, and then an open and walk through out into the bow. You can see this boat also has this little spray hood cover. It's a nice little spray hood that clips on, straps back, buttons to the front of the windscreen. So it's excellent as a sunshade, or more often than not in this country, for sheltering you from the rain. There's obviously loads of sitting headroom in underneath this. You can't quite stand up underneath it, but you've got stacks of sitting headroom. And if the rain does come on, you can pop that on very quickly. It stows in a dedicated spot in the engine bay. You can throw it on and keep on trucking. So just want to show you that up, but I'll take it down now to throw a bit more light in around the interior. So with the covers down, we can get a bit of a better look inside here, but really well finished off in here. And because it is that 18-foot model, it's that bit bigger than most of your other entry-level boats. So the gunwales come up to a nice height. This backrest, you've got the sun pad behind, so you're sitting quite far forward in the boat, which helps for weight distribution. Also means you can have a conversation with the front seat passengers a bit easier, but it means everybody feels a bit more safe and secure inside here. So if I'm sitting down, I'm sort of, the windscreen comes up to the top of my like head height, and the gunwales come up nice and high, so everybody's going to feel pretty secure sitting in here. Lots of nice little touches. Stainless steel cup holders. There's storage bins in the 2 sides up the gunwales. Cup holders up forward for the helmsman and the forward passengers. Storage underneath this bench seat. Big ski locker there. Nice dash and glove compartment stereo and stuff over there. So yeah, and the upholstery is well finished. So it's white with tan piping and accents, and also red accents as well. Now the upholstery, there's a couple of areas where there's a few wee bits and pieces of wear on it, just age related, given the age of the boat, but although it's not like overuse, it's kind of just like a wee bit of sort of UV fading and stuff. Just the corners here, a few wee spots on the top edges of the back of the seat backs, but nothing major, and nothing that sort of, you know, this upholstery is going to do you for years to come. And I'd rather leave it. I don't really like showing reupholstered boats. I prefer to see them original if you can, because even a good reupholstery place does struggle to get the you know, like the logos in the backs, the seat back and stuff. And listen, if you're buying a boat like this and you're spending this kind of money, it's unlikely you're going to be overly precious about it as well. And if you have something that's immaculate, then, you know, the kids are going to be jumping in and out of this here. You're going to be swimming off the back of it. You know, you're not going to be too precious of it, I don't think. If you are, this isn't the right boat to buy. You know, if you're like totally anal about everything, buy something new, you know, buy something brand new or like a year old. This is not a new boat, but for this price point, this is really clean, and the mechanics on it are immaculate, excellent, with warranty and all the rest of it. But that's the only thing that you could fault this boat on, is some of the wee bits of the upholstery aren't perfect, just given the age of the boat. One of the things we did do, which is a really nice upgrade, is we installed this foam, EVA foam flooring, so like that soft deck flooring. It's grey with white pinstripes. I think it really sets off the boat. It looks much nicer than the original carpet. The carpet was starting, it just didn't look great, and there's the carpet colour on the gunwales in there. And I just thought, listen, you know, the rest of the boat was so nice, I thought it was worth spending a wee bit of money and redoing the floor. And it's completely done all the way back. I'll show you in here. It's in underneath the storage compartment under the back seat as well. So it's a proper job. It goes right into the bilge areas at the back. So we took all the furniture out, took the old carpet up and put this new decking down. And I think it looks really smart. A lot easier to keep clean. You know, if you get any water in here, it runs down into the bilge, drains overboard as well. So really looks apart, and it feels nice whenever you're walking around the interior as well. While we have the sun pad lifted up, I want to show you around the engine bay as well. So this lifts up in 2 gas assist struts, and you've got great access in around this Mercruiser 3 litre. So 3 litre TKS, 135 horsepower, fully serviced and gone through. We did everything on this boat. Upgraded the ignition system, just because this boat was, you know, it has super low hours on 112 hours is almost nothing, but it does have a bit of age to it. So we went through and did things like totally disassembled, flushed the fuel system, put it all back together again, renewed the full ignition system, so coil and leads and caps and all that sort of stuff. Full service, gearbox oil, belts, you name it, it has been done and taken care of. The engine bay is mint, and we're standing over this engine and drive with our own in-house 3-month warranty that we will kick off whenever you launch the boat, probably at the start of the 2025 season now. There's a new battery in there, the battery box. You've got your trim motor down in the back corner, battery isolator switch here. There is a provision that's a 4-way switch, so you could add a second battery in if you wanted to, but it's a 4-way position switch on there. Blower motor down in there, and good storage down in that pocket on the starboard side. And then you've also got this big storage compartment underneath the back seat as well, so you can fire all sorts of stuff. You have these little loops here where you can clip up your bimini, so whenever you take the bimini off, it rolls up like this. There's a boot that goes on over that, so you can zip a boot over it and you can store it down in there out of the way, so it's easy to get to whenever you want to put it up and down. So yeah, immaculate engine bay. We have a big ski locker here, goes right up underneath the bow. Dock lines and fenders going with the boat, support poles for the cover as well. There's a full size tonneau cover, goes from front to back, and all over storage cover, as well as the bimini top. And then access out of the bow is via this opening windscreen section, a couple of rubber stoppers, keep that off the rest of the screen, and you can walk out here into the bow. So quite a decent sized bow area, little storage bins in there. You could lift the seats out, you could carpeted storage pockets underneath each of the seats. You have stainless steel, on this one you have to do this, you need these ones up to lift the front one out. There's a wee lined storage locker there, and you've obviously got your anchor locker up forward. You've got stainless steel handrails up in the bow here as well, and yeah, seat backs come up to a decent height again, so if you've got kids sitting up here, you know, they've got somewhere to hang on to, they're going to feel fairly safe and secure inside the bow. There's room for 2 adults to sit in here. You also have these stainless steel cup holders for your bow passengers, as well as 3 down either side in the gunnels. Passenger has the same bucket style helm seat as the helmsman. You've got a stereo here. We've a new Bluetooth stereo that we're going to fit in here. This is the original stereo, which incredibly still works. Let me just flick it on here. So the stereo still works. There's a power switch in the dash for it there. There's new speakers installed. So there's 4 speakers, 2 up there, 2 back there. They're brand new. But the stereo is a bit of a, listen, it's working. I'm going to leave it, include it with the boat, but I'm going to fit a nice new Sony Bluetooth one so you can play tunes from your phone and stuff. That's just like a front loading CD player, which is a bit old school at this stage. So there you go, that's the stereo. And you've got a little, oh, there's the bimini boot that I was talking about. So that goes on the bimini for storing away. And then this is like a lined and drain. That actually drains overboard, that locker too. So if you wanted to use that like an ice box, you could. You just plug the drain and fill it with ice, and then it drains. See the little pipe in there? Drains out the side of the hull. So that's really handy. Little dash ice box. So there you go. That's the passenger side. These supports for the screen are nice and solid, so you can use those as handrails as well whenever you're underway. And now let's take a look at the helm station here. So nicely appointed helm, nice comfortable helm seat. Whenever I'm sitting down on the helm seat here, I get clear visibility through the middle of the screen. Throttle and shift lever falls easily to hand. I've got a 5-position tilt adjust on the steering wheel. So if you wanted to stand at the helm, you slide the seat back, stand up, tilt the steering wheel up. So it's very easy to get a comfortable helm position. Nice steering wheel with the Mariah logo in the center. Throttle and shift lever, full array of marine instruments, and we have a Garmin chart plotter here as well. So that's just a Garmin GPS map 451S. Struggles to pick up position because it's in the shed here, but that's fully working and preloaded with all the charts for the UK and Ireland as well. We've got our hour clock here, currently reading 112.7 hours. We've a digital depth sounder on the boat. We've got fuel gauge, voltmeter, speedo, steering compass, rev counter, oil pressure, temperature and trim gauge, and all the instruments are working perfectly. And then we've got our switch gear for the bilge blower, that's the stereo power, navigation lights, LED cockpit lighting for the bow, power for the electronics, the GPS and the VHF, and then a bilge pump as well. Some of the wee indicators are quite hard to see on here, but we're going to change those out as well, so just so you can be a bit more visible. But everything's working perfectly. 12 volt power supply here, VHF radio as well. So yeah, and a great boat to drive with that 4-blade prop, the 19-pitch 4-blade. It gets up on plane quickly. You can chuck it through the turns, you can pull water toys and water skiers with it. There's enough power on tap. The 3-litre engine, for me, as these boats do get that bit older, we're finding that the 3 litres are a lot more reliable. Generally, anything with a carburetor is a lot more reliable than a multi-point engine. So a lot of the MPI engines, which back in the day were all the rage, everybody wanted them because they had higher horsepower and stuff. As they get older, they do give trouble. The sensors give issues, the wiring harnesses on them can give issues as well. We just find that, you know, your old school carburetors, ignition coils tend to be a lot more reliable, and if you do have any issues, they're really easy to sort. The 3-litre engine as well only has one manifold, combined intake and exhaust manifold. It is a service item, but you only need to change it. You know, they tend to last a long time, especially if the boat hasn't been used in the sea very much, which this boat obviously hasn't been used anywhere very much. So the manifold in this one's going to do for the next 10 years, I would say. But if you've got a V6 engine, the 4.3, you've got 2 sets of manifolds, you've got an intake manifold and 2 exhaust manifolds, and it's just a lot more expensive to maintain. So the 3-litre, very easy to run. It's tried and tested technology, nothing too complicated. You don't need a computer to service it or fix it, and we just find they're very easy to maintain, very easy to live with as time goes on. So, and if you prop it right, if it's going properly, which this one is, and it's got the right prop on it, the performance is nearly as good as a V6 anyway. You know, it's up on plane quickly. You'll be able to do everything that you want to do with it, water sports wise and stuff. Obviously to a point, you know, but for getting the kids up on skis and for beginners and intermediates, totally fine performance wise. And this one's running beautifully. So we are going to make an effort to get this boat to the water for a sea trial video as well in the next couple of weeks. And we will put that video online as well. It'll be on the Mariah SX18 page of our website. But really nice helm station, and everything is working perfectly. This boat is being sold complete with this single axle in suspension road trailer as well. So little brake road trailer, bunked model, so a bit more secure on the road. And yeah, it's a breeze to launch and recover off that trailer. The all up weight, the boat's around about a ton, and I would guess that trailer's about 250, 300 kilos. So you're even with a bit of fuel and gear on board, you should still comfortably come in under 1,500 kilos all up towing weight. So it's going to be able to tow. You're going to be able to tow that with most family cars. You know, you don't need an SUV or anything. Most family cars will be able to comfortably tow that. And it's single axle, so you can push it in, get it into a garage or whatever for storage over the winter, push it around the back of the house. And the trailer's all in good shape as well. The story with this boat is that we actually sold it to a good client at the start of the season, start of 2024. And it was a guy who was getting back into boating, just wanted something small and handy to manage for his first season back, and he had a ball with it. He put around about, I think he put like 20 hours or something on it, and now he's traded up to a bigger boat. He sort of has traded up a bit sooner than he was planning to, but he's gone for a bigger boat. We got something in that caught his eye, and we're delighted to take the Mariah back in again. So it's a stock boat once again. We've serviced it again. We've gone through and checked everything over to make sure it's perfect and ready to go for next season. But yeah, if you have seen this boat on the website before, that's why. So it's come back in now, and it's on the market. One thing we did do actually for him was install this swim platform. So that swim platform was fitted at the start of the 2024 season, and it really enhances the boat. We saw that earlier. So that, apart from that, it's as was then. We didn't actually get a chance to do a video back then because it sold pretty quickly, so this is the first video we're doing on it, but just in case you saw it online before, I wanted to explain the reason for that. So there you go, that's our 2008 Mariah SX18 with the 3-litre Mercruiser, 112 hours on the clock, fully gone through, mechanically perfect, with being sold with our in-house 3-month warranty as well. So you can buy this boat with complete peace of mind. It's a really straight example, very lightly used, and I think it looks the part with that EVA foam floor and the extended twin platform at the back. Good package with the trailer and with the covers. There's an all-over cover, storage cover, as well as the spray hood cover. So if you are interested in the boat, if you want to come and see it, if you've got any questions about it, please don't hesitate to contact me. The best way to do that is by calling the number at the top of our website, or you can send me an email to sales@gulfstreamshop.com, or you can fill out the callback request form on this page of our website, and I will contact you at a time that's convenient. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you like the boat as much as I do. Thanks very much.